Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Monday, February the 3rd. The year's 2025. Let's talk trading. Weekly open and gap, monthly open with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and from Walmal's. And as we start off the month of February, let's keep risk management in the forefront. Let's not lose more on any one single trade than we are willing to lose. So taking a look at the month, the pound is up 67 pips from the open, now 65. We're 19 off the high and 106 off the low. And for the week, you can see there's a big gap. In fact, there's lots of gaps that haven't filled. We had that news here in the U.S. about the tariffs, and there was definitely opportunity. I opened up my trading terminal yesterday, and I went long the euro. Why I didn't go long the pound, short the yen, and short the Canadian dollar, I don't know. Actually, when I say short the yen, short the dollar yen, because there were some gaps. Would have been really sweet, but that's hindsight. The thing is, I knew it, but I didn't have much on the trade. It was just kind of a what the heck, see what happens. So we're putting in the opening range for the month and the opening range for the week right now. As you can see, we've got quite the opening range. And in fact, we are just below the opening range for last month or the year. And we are 158 pips below that yearly open. We just crossed the midpoint, 15 pips above it, 223 off the high and 253 off the low. So obviously got an inside bar here. We have not pushed the yearly range yet. We had an inside bar, daily inside bar 12 days ago. We dropped down into that range and we're now 92 pips above it. And as you can see, lots of weekly inside bar action, and there's quite a few also on the daily. The range, the new beast, the pound New Zealand, is leading the pack at 227 in range. Pound dollar 126, really slacking there. And the beast is only at 142, the pound yen. Dollar yen at 160, dollar Canadian 204. So you can see there's just a lot of action happening. Buy zone traders were rewarded. Just taking that weekly open crossover, you can see back in the London session, some nice moves there. Red rats, get ready. And if you notice here, price right here dipped down into the launch pad and shot up to like 65 or so. It's a big move, huge move. Hey, Walmal, welcome to the video.
Good morning, y'all, or afternoon, or whatever time it is, wherever you're listening.
Yeah, so let's see. Bambino Flex indicator said to go short. See, we took out the monthly pivot. Bias near the daily pivot was short. We're nowhere near the daily pivot. In fact, says bias near S1 is long. And if you would have taken that trade, it would have been good for a couple of pips. But right now, we're right at S1 at 123,586. Looks like it wants to try and fill that gap up to 23,861. You can see we have not hit the daily pivot. We have not hit the weekly, which is at 124.32. But we did take out the monthly. Wick zone, we haven't even gotten near the wick zone. We had such a huge gap. That's funny. I don't remember the last time I've seen that happen. So far, the range 126 on the week at the 8th percentile. We have not broken out of the high, but we're way below the low, even though unless you put that trade on Friday, you wouldn't have gotten it. And for the red rats, 18 off the high minus close. And for the green rats, 108 close minus low. And for those weekly crossover traders, high minus open 85, open minus low 41. So Walmal, looking at the charts, you see any trades on the horizon?
I just went short and picked up a tip and a half. Coming out of the 60 and had flip-flop box there. That's the reason why I went took it. But coming into a congestion area, so I said, I'm just going to pick up my picks to get out. So I made a whopping, I think, 2 pips minus commit. So not very much, but hey, pay for lunch this afternoon.
Well, you said you went short at the 60?
I went short. Well, actually, that's the idea, was to go short to 60. I actually got in at 58.2 because of the flip-flop box that was created there. And I got out at 55.7. So what is it then? 2.5 pips minus commission.
What was the low on your flip-flop box?
The low on it was 58.5.
Wow. That's funny. We got the same broker, but we're on different something.
Different servers. Yeah. Well, you're trading. I forget the name, what they call it. But I'm doing their ECN accounts.
Right.
You're on the market accounts. So it's going to be, I hate to say it, but I've had nothing but good luck with this particular broker. But at the same time, broker games.
Yeah. And
Still do it.
It looks like the pound is dropping pretty hard.
Yep.
Let's see, was that off the news drop?
I'm sitting now. The news is not for another 7 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But maybe it still be, who knows if people got the news ahead of time, right?
Exactly.
You don't know what these banks are doing in cahoots with the government.
Well, we've definitely crossed that H4 line a couple of times.
Yep.
The H4 open, that is.
Yeah. Well, looks like we're range bound between, the 50 and the 70. So you can sit there and play that back and forth. At least.
Yep. We're in the launch pad now. Just came out.
See what happens here. You got a flip-flop box.
Yeah.
I went long. I got in at 52 even.
Looks like you're gonna, if it breaks this previous M1 high, you might be able to get to the middle of that big down candle. Is that what you're shooting for? There you go.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Gap up.
Yeah. Half filled.
Yep. That's what it does.
Are you out or still in?
I got out at, let me pull up my trade account. I got out at 56.2. So, a couple of pips. So you should do that all day long.
Yep.
A couple.
Bread. Yeah, you can put some butter on your bread with that one, right?
Exactly. I'm sure you talked about it when I wasn't on the call yet, but how many pips did you get on the pound? How much did it gap down on you?
The gap. Let's see. 97 pips.
Wow. Yeah. I think mine showed there was 95 pips, but it's like, wow, what a gap.
Well, the euro yen gap down 219, and
Oh,
the
wow, I didn't know
pound yen gap down 195. The dollar yen has filled the gap. So that no more gap on that one.
Man, show you certain people talk, you can have big reactions in the market, right?
Yes, for sure.
Because that's all it caused. That was all because of, President of the U.S., Mexico, Prime Minister of Canada, all making their statements yesterday as it drove all this. At least that's the only thing I can find that drove it.
Yeah. So it looks like the red rats can get ready to feast here. You know what though? We're gonna be out of time right before the news drops.
Yeah, that's the orange news, and then 15 minutes after that is that red news.
Right. Should be interesting. Let's see here. Looking at the price turn wick zones. We're turning out at a green one there. We turned out, actually that was a fresh one. On the M5, the M15, that 65 short would have paid off a couple of times. M30, only one, nowhere near on H1, H4, no. The daily, if you would have taken that short on Friday and held it, I'm sure it would have woke up to a really nice one.
2 minutes to news.
Yeah. And we're just about out of time, fellow traders. So always remember, never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.